Hello students, today I am here with you with Unit 5, the first lessons from the Unit 5. We already learned the lazy frog. So it was from the poetry sections, but now from the Unit 5, we have taken today from the first sections, that is Rip Van Winkle. So this is a short story taken from the legend Rip Van Winkle by Washington Irving. So from this book, this is a short story. It has been taken from this book, The Legend of Rip Van Winkle. So in the last class we discussed about the grammar. So we will not continue the grammar every day. We will just stop somewhere. If one topic is finished, then again we will come and start the literature section. That is, we have our book, the Marigold book. So in this lesson, Rip Van Winkle, this a short story about a good-natured, about a person, about a good-natured, but he was very lazy. And in this lesson, he goes to the hill and he falls asleep. And when he awakens, and when he awake, it was 20 years ago. He awakes after 20 years ago. He slept there. He went to the hill and he slept there, and he awake after 20 years later. He awake 20 years later. Then Rip finds that quite few things that have changed. So after that, he finds quite a few things it got changed. So let's start. So he lived, Rip Van Winkle, he lived in a village at the Catskill Mountain. At the Catskill Mountain, just at the foot of the Catskill Mountain, where he lived at the foot of the Catskill Mountain. And he was such a man, everyone liked him. Everyone liked him. Like the old children, everyone in the village, they liked him because he was a very simple, good-natured, and ready to help anyone. He was such a kind. But he was very lazy. He was very lazy to do his own work. He was very lazy to do his own work. He was very helpful. When children saw him, then everyone, they were excited. They were excited because he played with them, like he played marbles. He taught them to fly kites. He taught them to fly kites and shoot marbles also, and told them many stories. But his only problem, he was very lazy. His only problem was he was very lazy. He did not want to work. He is ready to help for others. He is ready to help. But when it comes to do his own work, he was very lazy. He did not work. He did not work on his own farm and just idle away. And his fences were falling. And his cow, his cow was going astray. He was so lean and thin, his cow, because he was not looking at his cow. He was not taking much care. So the Rip's constant companion, who accompany the Rips was his dog. Whose name was Wolf. So one day it happened, to avoid work, to avoid his work, he decided to walk away into the forest with his dog. He did not like to work. So what he did, he decided to go into the forest with his companion, that is his dog Wolf. He went with his dog in the hills. Then one day, it just he was walked, and he reached at the highest part of the mountain. At the highest part of the mountain, there, he met. After reaching that highest part, he was very tired. And he found that it was a time that he could not return also to his village. He could not return because it was already, the day was over, and he has decided that he should stay there at the mountain that night. Then he slept there, and while sleeping, someone calling out his name, Rip Van Winkle, calling out his name by saying Rip Van Winkle. Now then he looked around and he saw a very short and old man with thick hair and grizzled beard. He saw a short old man with thick hair and grizzled beard. Grizzled beard means like in beard some gray hairs used to grow. It mixed up with like black and white, we can say, grizzled beard. So he found that type of person. He met that, and he was carrying a barrel, means a container, and he made a sign. He has given such a sign, so that he need Rip Van Winkle. He thought that he need his help. So by naturally, he helped him. Naturally, he helped him by carrying that barrel. Now, together they reached a place. Together, that old man and that short old man with thick hair, that man, together, the Rip Van Winkle and that short man, they reached a place where Rip Van Winkle, he saw many other men just like him. Like that short old man with thick and hair, and their beard were grizzled. So he found so many and their beards are in different shapes and different colors. Their beards are in different colors. And everyone, they were playing the 9 pins. Again, they were playing the 9 pins game. And they were playing the game, and he found that there was a complete silence. They were playing very seriously. That game. And only the sound in that mountain, only the sound what comes, that balls, 9 pins, in that 19 balls, a ball used to be there, and they just let the falls of these pins. This is such a game, so they played this game in the mountain, and what happened? Only the sound of that ball he could hear in the mountain, and they were playing very silently, very seriously. Okay, then what happened? And he was very afraid also. Rip Van Winkle, he was afraid to see all these type of men. He was afraid, and he was thirsty also. And that short man who given him a company, that he, from that baron, he opened it and get a drink from him, for the everyone, not for only the Rip Van Winkle, but for everyone. He provided a drink. Then he was thirsty too, so he has taken that. And after, drinking that something what he has given, he fall asleep. He slept, and when he wake up, he found that he was in the same place where the first time he met with this short man, this old man with thick hair. He found in the same place, and he was looking for his dog. And he was shouted by saying, "Wolf, wolf, wolf." He was calling his dog, but the dog was nowhere. He did not find the dog there, and he decided that he should climb down the mountain. He thought that he should climb down the mountain and go to his own village. And when he was about to or near his village, then everyone in the village, they just surrounding him, just gathering there and just looking at him, and they all were amazed to see who these old persons, and they were meeting for the first time. And not only these old people who were living in the village, they were surprised to see him, but also the Rip Van Winkle also, he was surprised to see, and he met all these people there for the first time, because he did not know anyone there. Finally, an old woman, she came and she looked at the face of Rip Van Winkle, and she recognized him, and she called him by saying, "Rip Van Winkle, is you?" And she welcomed him, and she asked him about his condition. Rip Van Winkle also, he was very surprised to see by his beard, it was grow so long that it reached his feet. Then he was surprised to see how this happened. He slept he thought that he slept only for a day, but it was 20 years. He slept 20 years, and he reached there and he met with everyone in this point. So our stories end. So this much only in this lessons. Hope you have understood. So this in class 5, you just read this book, this lesson. I'm sure that you all will understand. If something is not clear to you, if you are not able to understand what I have said, then you please go through the lessons. You will understand all the things. It's written in very simple language. The words are used in a simple words are used. So you read this. I will give you some example also. So you do that. So thank you very much.